Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're not just stepping outside, we're stepping into the natural world of Ashley County, Arkansas, to really understand the living story that surrounds us.
That's right.
Imagine yourself, if you will, feeling the cool mist of a bottomland morning settle on your skin, or breathing in that crisp air of a pine ridge at dusk. You're not merely observing a beautiful landscape, you are standing, quite literally, within a story, a vibrant, ancient narrative that is still being written day by day by the incredible wildlife that calls this very place home.
It really is a living narrative.
Our mission on this deep dive is to explore a truly fascinating collection, these introductory essays from Wildlife Week at Ashley County now.
Ah, the Wildlife Week material. Good stuff.
Exactly. Think of these sources as your unique shortcut, sort of a fast track, to intimately understanding the fur, feather, and paw of this particular incredibly vibrant region.
Yeah, it's like getting a curated behind-the-scenes tour.
Right, of the county's living heart. Right here, right now. It offers a glimpse into the wealth of information you'll find throughout Wildlife Week itself.
What's truly fascinating here is that these aren't just, dry lists of species. These introductory essays give you a much deeper understanding.
Deeper how?
Well, they explain how these animals are intricate threads in a living fabric, a fabric that stretches across seasons, generations, and landscapes.
Okay, so more than just biology.
Oh, much more. It's a rich blend of biology, yes, detailing their adaptations and behaviors, but it also delves into the deep historical context, weaves in local folklore, and even touches on the profound nuances of daily life that these creatures experience and, in turn, influence.
So it really connects us to it all.
It powerfully shows us how doubly connected we are as residents and as humans to the natural world that surrounds us here in Ashley County.
And you are in for a treat. In this deep dive, you're going to meet 7 of Ashley County's most iconic animals.
The big 7, so to speak.
We're going to unpack their unique place in the local ecosystem, pull out some surprising facts you might not have known, and firmly connect them to their historical context within the county.
Bringing it all together.
And to bring you this rich tapestry of information, we've drawn from a truly diverse set of sources. This includes authoritative publications from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission,
AGFC, yeah, crucial source.
invaluable oral histories passed down through generations, crucial wildlife reports spanning recent decades, and even detailed historical accounts from Y.W. Etheridge's classic History of Ashley County.
Etheridge's book is fantastic for that older perspective.
Absolutely. We're essentially giving you a true preview, a sneak peek of the wonderful, extensive information that will be explored in even more granular detail during Wildlife Week at ACN.
Right, because these are just the intro essays.
Exactly. And for those eager to know, Wildlife Week starts tomorrow morning, Sunday, August 10th, 2025, bright and early at 4 a.m.
4 a.m., dedicated readers.
They are. Each day of Wildlife Week will feature 8 essays dedicated to a single animal. But today, we're sharing a sample, just a taste, of the incredible stories waiting for you.
Okay, let's dive in. Where do we start? The white-tailed deer. From ghost herds to abundant grace.
Okay, let's unpack this with the incredible, almost dramatic story of the white-tailed deer in Ashley County. We begin not in a present, but by transporting ourselves way back to their historical abundance.
Before things changed drastically.
Right. To a time described by early pioneers as the Great Wilderness. Imagine this landscape as French explorers and the very first settlers ventured into it.
Hard to picture now sometimes.
Their accounts speak of a land just filled with wild game, basically a paradise where deer tracks crisscross dense cane breaks, those, impenetrable thickets of giant bamboo-like cane.
Almost like jungles in the bottomlands.
And monumental cypress swamps, where ancient trees rose from the water, their knees forming these intricate natural sculptures. The sheer number of deer was apparently astonishing.
Just teeming. They would have literally shaped the landscape.
There's even a specific anecdote that really brings this historical abundance to life, dating back to 1835.
Oh, yeah.
A settler, new to the area, tried to establish a cornfield near the Saline River. But his efforts were completely foiled, night after night.
Not people stealing it.
Nope. Nature itself. Bears and deer consistently slipped through his primitive fences, returning under the cover of darkness to gorge themselves on his painstakingly planted crops.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Exactly. It's not just a quaint story. It speaks volumes about just how many deer were truly out there and how integrated they were into that untamed landscape. It was their domain, really.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, for the indigenous Quapaw people who had thrived here for centuries, and for the early French hunters and trappers who followed,
Wow.
deer weren't just, food. They were literally lifeblood.
Lifeblood, how so?
Well, beyond venison, which sustained families through the humid Arkansas summers and those surprisingly harsh Delta winters, deer hides became a primary form of currency.
Right, buckskin.
Exactly. These tough, durable skins were traded for essential goods like gunpowder, flour, blankets, tools, everything you needed to survive and establish early economies.
So fundamental to their existence.
It was fundamental to their very existence and economic stability, a vital exchange that powered frontier life.
Yet, despite this historical abundance, a dramatic shift occurred. By the late 19th century, the deer's presence in Ashley County began to fade, and then, shockingly, to just vanish.
It happened so fast, relatively speaking.
The decline was swift and devastating, largely fueled by unregulated market hunting. As you mentioned, deer skins, buckskin, were this relentless form of frontier currency.
Driving a brutal, unsustainable harvest.
Hunters could make a living just supplying hides to industries back east. And you add to that the widespread habitat change, farms spreading, timber camps clear-cutting forests, railroads carving through.
Fragmenting everything.
The once teeming herds simply collapsed.
It's a sadly familiar story in American history.
The severity of this decline is truly shocking when you look at the numbers. By the early 1900s, whitetails were mere ghosts in Ashley County's woods.
People just didn't see them anymore.
They were spoken of in the past tense, like memories. The official stats tell an even starker story. By 1930, fewer than 500 deer were estimated statewide in Arkansas.
500 statewide.
Right. And those few hundred were concentrated in just a handful of remote pockets in the Ozarks and Wakitas. This meant that an entire generation in Ashley County literally grew up without ever seeing a wild deer.
Unimaginable today.
They had been, for all intents and purposes, extirpated from the county. The woods had fallen silent.
But that's not the end of the story, thankfully. What's truly fascinating here is the remarkable story of their restoration.
One of the great conservation successes, right?
Absolutely. One of the state's, and frankly the nation's, great conservation successes. Recognizing the utter devastation, Arkansas took a crucial visionary step in 1916 by establishing the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, AGFC.
Their mandate was specifically to curb this destruction.
Exactly, and begin regulating hunting.
Right.
Now, it took considerable time for these new laws to really take hold, for public attitudes to shift, and for, effective enforcement to become widespread. Early efforts were slow.
And eventually.
But by the 1940s, AGFC initiated an ambitious, really unprecedented restocking program aimed at literally reseeding deer back into their former ranges.
How do they do that?
Was multifaceted. Wildlife officers designated expansive refuges, large tracts where hunting was strictly banned, allowing deer to reproduce and rebuild without pressure.
Okay, safe zones.
One such sanctuary was strategically created south of Hamburg, bordering the vast, relatively untouched Felsenthal Swamp.
Near Felsenthal. Makes sense.
And local historian Y.W. Etheridge, whose history book from 1959 is so valuable, he observed that prior to the refuge south of Hamburg, there were practically no deer in the county.
Wow.
Yet with the protection in place, he marveled at how the woods soon overflowed with deer once more. An incredible turnaround.
Almost miraculous for people who lived through the empty decades. And here's a truly surprising detail from that restoration effort, a unique twist to Ashley County's deer story. These new deer didn't just come from local survivors.
Because there weren't many left.
Right, almost none. Or from nearby populations. Many were brought in from far away, specifically from what became known as Wisconsin bloodlines.
Wisconsin? You're kidding.
Nope. Hardy, large-bodied northern deer known for robust genetics, shipped all the way from the colder climates of Wisconsin down to the steamy delta lowlands of Arkansas.
That must have been quite a shock for those deer.
Can you imagine the logistics alone? And those big northern whitetails suddenly in the heat and dense canebrakes.
Trying to figure out what a muscadine vine was.
Exactly. It was a bold, almost desperate move, but one that fundamentally reshaped the genetics of Arkansas deer.
It truly is an amazing aspect of the story. These Wisconsin transplants, despite the shock, quickly found footholds. They adapted.
They had to.
And crucially, they bred with the very few local survivors, passing on their genes for bigger bodies and often more impressive antlers a trait hunters definitely noticed.
So that's where some of the size comes from.
Even today, wildlife geneticists, using DNA analysis, confirmed that the deer you see in South Arkansas carry the distinct echoes of those Wisconsin transplants. It contributes significantly to the robust size and antler quality we often see. A direct legacy.
Incredible. So by the late 1950s, the picture was completely transformed. The silence was gone.
Filled with life again.
Residents were once again glimpsing groups of deer moving silently at dusk along Bayou Bartholomew, or hearing bucks snort loudly in the canebrake.
Sounds we take for granted now.
Ashley County's woods officially reopened for deer hunting after decades of closure. A powerful sign of recovery. Hunting camps started popping up again.
Celebrating the return.
And Etheridge, the historian, he actually marveled in 1959 that the county's annual harvest now tallied around $500 each season.
A number that would have been literally unimaginable just a generation before.
Exactly. The era of the ghost herd was over. The deer were back, thriving.
A true success story.
Now let's turn our attention to the life of the woods goat, as they're sometimes affectionately called. The white-tailed deer, Odoquilius virginianus,
Good old Odoquilius.
is truly a consummate survivor, incredibly adaptable, particularly in its diet, which shifts with the seasons within Ashley County's diverse landscape.
That adaptability is absolutely key to their success here.
So what are they eating?
Their diet really is a masterclass in seasonal adaptation. Come autumn, they primarily feast on oak mast, basically acorns from the county's extensive oak flats.
Acorns are crucial.
Absolutely critical fuel, packed with energy and nutrients, helping them build up essential fat reserves for enduring the cooler, sparser winter months.
Then spring comes.
As spring arrives and summer unfolds, their menu shifts dramatically to green browse. Tender new leaves of honeysuckle, young blackberry vines, clover, various wild legumes along edges and roadsides.
Whatever's green and growing.
Pretty much. And they are highly opportunistic. Let's be honest, they won't hesitate to raid a farmer's soybeans or sweet potato plants at night if the opportunity arises.
The farmers probably know that all too well.
I'm sure. Row crops become irresistible buffets. During the day, especially in the summer heat, they retreat to shaded thickets or cool edges of sloughs to bed down, chew their cud, conserve energy.
Mostly active at dawn and dusk then.
Right, crepuscular. Most active when temperatures are milder and they can move more comfortably and safely.
What about their social lives? Doe groups and bucks.
Their social structure also has fascinating nuances. Doe groups typically consist of a mother doe, her fawns, usually one or two, and maybe a yearling daughter from the previous year. Small, cohesive herds for safety.
And the bucks.
Bachelor bucks, especially older, larger ones, roam more widely, often in small groups of their own, until the rut.
The rut.
As autumn's rut, the breeding season, approaches, bucks change significantly. Neck muscles swell, behavior becomes intensely focused on breeding. They actively marked territory, rubbing antlers on trees, making scrapes on the ground with their hooves, leaving scent marks.
Making their presence known.
Big time. They spar with rivals to establish dominance and tirelessly chase does. Most does typically bear one or two fawns in late spring, May, or June usually.
And the fawns are hidden at first.
Exactly. Born with distinctive spotted coats, they spend their earliest days hidden in tall grass or dense thickets, remarkably scentless as a defense and incredibly still, relying on camouflage until they're strong enough to follow mom.
So, given their resilience, what about predators, perils, and people today?
Fawns are vulnerable, you said.
Fawns definitely face threats from coyotes, bobcats, and occasionally black bears. Natural predators?
But adults, less so.
For adult deer, natural predation is generally less of a threat due to their size and speed, but they face different challenges, mostly from humans and environmental factors.
Like hunting. Hunters play a significant role as a management factor. AGFC carefully regulates seasons and bag limits to maintain healthy populations, prevent overpopulation, which can lead to habitat damage and disease.
And cars, unfortunately.
Vehicle collisions are an unfortunately common peril, especially where deer frequently cross roads. A sad reality.
What about disease? We hear about CWD.
Disease is another growing concern. AGFC has been diligently monitoring for chronic wasting disease, CWD, a fatal neurological prion disease. While it's been found elsewhere in Arkansas,
Any in Ashley County.
It's important to note, as of the mid-2020s, no cases of CWD have been confirmed in Ashley County. Ongoing vigilance is key.
That's good news. It's truly remarkable how, through all these pressures, historical exploitation, habitat change, modern challenges, the whitetail thrives.
Their prolificacy and adaptability are incredible.
Their deep roots in Ashley County's culture and ecology are undeniable. Their strong presence today is living proof that conservation works.
It really is. A species nearly lost can be restored with patience, planning, and dedicated care. It's a blueprint, really.
The acrobat neighbors.
That story of the deer is really quite profound, highlighting the grand sweep of conservation. But sometimes resilience is quieter, more constant.
Right under our noses sometimes.
Speaking of which, here's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Let's turn our attention to Ashley County's most nimble residents, the squirrels.
Ah, the acrobats.
Long before dawn, you can already spot them. Bounding across a yard in Crosset or spiraling down a sweet gum near the Saline River, they're a constant presence.
As constant as the cicada's song or the wind in the cane, as the essay nicely puts it.
Exactly. Ashley County has two dominant species, the eastern gray squirrel and the eastern fox squirrel.
And while they're both definitely Ashley County squirrels, they have distinct characteristics. The eastern gray squirrel, Cirrus carolinensis, is probably the one you see most often.
The smaller, grayer one.
Yeah, especially in mixed hardwoods and pines, anywhere with lots of massed acorns, hickory, walnuts. They're incredibly agile, quick, those impossible leaps. In the woods, their slate gray coats and white bellies are great camouflage. But what's fascinating is their adaptability. They're equally at home in town, raiding bird feeders, daring highway crossings.
We've all seen that heart-stopping dash.
Definitely. The eastern fox squirrel, Cirrus niger though, is the larger, rangier cousin, sometimes twice the weight of a gray.
Oh, a bigger squirrel. Okay.
Their fur varies a lot. Reddish umber, mottled black and gold, sometimes even mostly black. You'll typically find them in more open pine woods, pecan groves, along field edges.
So different habitats preference?
Generally, yeah. They often dig up buried corn or pecans after harvest. Their movements are slower, more deliberate than the jittery grays, and their bark is this distinctive hoarse call.
A different sound, too.
Definitely. If you hear those deliberate, almost guttural barks, it's likely a fox squirrel.
It makes you wonder, are squirrels more than just a tail? Obviously more than just cute critters. They're expert foragers, caching nuts and seeds for winter.
Right, burying those treasures.
But their impact goes beyond their own survival, doesn't it?
Indeed. If we connect this to the bigger picture, they are unintentional foresters. They profoundly shape the future woods.
How so? Because they forget some nuts.
Exactly. The fact that not every buried acorn or hickory nut is recovered means squirrels are actively planting future stands of oak and hickory across the landscape. Tiny, tireless tree planters.
Huh. Never thought of it that way.
Beyond nuts, their diet is incredibly varied. Buds, flowers, fungi, insects, occasional garden morsels. This varied diet and their caching behavior highlight their crucial role in seed dispersal and forest regeneration.
Our forests would look different without them.
Quite different.
And their history in the hunt is quite rich here, too. For much of the county's past, squirrels were serious food.
Absolutely. Not just backyard entertainment.
Squirrel camp was as real as deer camp for earlier generations. Families would gather in the bottoms for a morning's harvest, often using .22 rifles or light shotgun loads.
That'll be over the meat.
Dishes like squirrel and dumplings, stew, fried squirrel, common, nourishing meals.
Essential protein.
While the gray was often preferred for tenderness, a fat fox squirrel in the fall, rich from mast, could be just as good. Sustenance, but also a social ritual.
A tradition passed down.
But despite being so common, they face life and peril in the treetops and on the ground.
Definitely. Natural threats include hawks and owls from above, snakes raiding nests.
And human impacts.
In human-altered landscapes, big perils are roads, vehicle traffic, and domestic cats, surprisingly effective predators. Habitat loss also takes a toll.
So AGFC regulates hunting seasons.
Yes, carefully designed to ensure healthy populations remain viable for ecology and recreation. And in a good mast year, when acorns are everywhere, their numbers can seem endless.
A boom year.
A vibrant testament to their resilience. In the deep woods along Bayou Bartholomew or sandy ridges near Beach Creek, their chattering and tail flicks are still that natural alarm system.
Just like for the Quapaw and early settlers.
Exactly.
So squirrels are truly more than just acrobats, deeply woven into Ashley County's fabric, constant witnesses to the seasons.
A reminder that even the smallest creatures play an outsized role, quietly shaping the forests of tomorrow.
Wings over water.
That idea of nature's constant unseen work is powerful. It makes me think about grander spectacles, especially tied to seasons here. So what about the stunning phenomenon of ducks in Ashley County?
Ah, winter wings.
A truly special time.
Imagine that biting chill of an Arkansas winter dawn before sunlight hits the cypress knees. The air above Ashley County comes alive.
You hear it before you see it sometimes.
That whistle of wings, the raspy chatter of mallards, the distant wee-oo of pintails, it signals one of our oldest, most spectacular seasonal traditions, the return of the ducks.
A symphony of the wild, indeed.
And this perfectly underscores Ashley County's strategic importance, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It sits squarely within the Mississippi Flyway, one of North America's great aerial highways for migratory birds.
So millions of birds pass through.
Millions upon millions of waterfowl use this vast corridor every year, journeying from northern breeding grounds, Canadian prairies, prairie potholes down to the delta's flooded fields, bottomland hardwoods, backwater sloughs.
An ancient journey.
It's a profound journey of ancient memory, instincts honed over thousands of generations. It connects our local landscape to an entire hemisphere.
And while over a dozen species might be seen here, some are the real winter guests and local favorites.
The regulars, you could say.
First, the mallards, the iconic greenheads and their mates. Unmistakable.
The bread and butter of the winter flocks. They love flooded timber and grain fields, especially rice.
Then the wood ducks. Beautiful birds.
Stunning, and unique because they're year-round residents in our sloughs and oxbows. You hear their soft oo-eek calls. They nest in hollow trees and boxes.
And unlike most other ducks, what else is common?
We also commonly see gadwalls and widgeons, often mixed with mallards, grazing aquatic plants and waste grain in shallow water.
And pintails.
The northern pintails, sleek, elegant, long-necked migrants, prefer open fields, shallow wetlands, graceful flyers.
And the little fast ones?
The teal, both blue-winged and green-winged, incredibly fast, darting like miniature fighter jets, a real challenge for hunters.
So Ashley County offers them good dining options.
Essentially, yes. Two distinct but connected timber and field dining halls, crucial resources.
Okay, like what?
Mallards are famous for dropping dramatically into flooded hardwood timber saline Waukita river bottoms, splash down among cypress knees to forage acorns and aquatic invertebrates.
Protein-rich stuff.
Exactly. Then, in the agricultural fields, you find mixed flocks, gadwalls, widgeons tipping up in shallow sheetwater of harvested rice and soybean fields, pulling waste grain from the mud.
Best of both worlds for them.
This dual habitat, natural mast, and agricultural bounty provides crucial food that supports immense numbers of birds.
Beyond the natural cycle, there's a deep culture on the wing here.
Oh, absolutely. For generations, ducks are intertwined with the county's economy and culture.
Hunting clubs, right?
Hunting clubs, some dating back decades, scattered along Bayou Bartholomew and river floodplains. Duck blinds meticulously built, maintained, passed down like heirlooms.
Connecting generations.
And the sound of a skilled duck caller across the water. That's part of winter here. A tree tradition.
But it's not just about hunting anymore.
No, what's crucial is that conservation has grown alongside this tradition, a powerful synergy.
Apple so.
Hunters and landowners aren't just taking, they're actively working hand in hand with AGFC and groups like Ducks Unlimited.
Managing wetlands.
Exactly. Managing and restoring wetlands, sophisticated water level control, even planting specific food crops on private lands. This dedication is vital for a healthy flyway.
A commitment to the long-term health of the ecosystem.
Definitely.
This raises an important question. Why are ducks considered such powerful indicators of wetland health? What deeper meaning do they hold?
It's a very important point. Makes them more than just a spectacle. When duck numbers are strong and diverse, it's generally a reliable sign that our bayous, sloughs, fields are thriving.
Providing the resources they need.
Food, water, cover. They are a direct reflection of ecosystem health bioindicators. Conversely, when numbers drop or species disappear, it's a critical call to action.
Tells us something's wrong.
Urges us to look upstream, examine local habitat, even across the continent for larger changes, habitat loss, water quality, climate shifts on breeding grounds.
So watching them connects us globally.
Standing on a frosty levee, watching greenheads swirl down, you realize. These birds connect Ashley County to an intricate web of life stretching across two hemispheres. Far more than just beautiful, they're a barometer. The black bear. shadow of the Delta woods.
That concept of local indicators connecting globally is truly profound. And speaking of incredible comebacks, let's talk about a truly compelling one. The black bear.
Ah, the shadow of the woods returns.
Imagine slipping through the bottomland hardwoods. You might catch a flicker, a bulky black shape drifting silently between ancient cypress knees. For generations, that sight was impossible here.
Completely gone.
The black bear, once known by settlers as the bear of the cane for their prevalence in dense cane brakes, had vanished. But today, they've returned. Slowly, powerfully, reclaiming their ancient role.
One of our most iconic and magnificent wild neighbors, back again.
Before European settlement, black bears, Ursus americanus, were truly the lords of the canebrakes.
They roamed everywhere in what became Arkansas, especially the Delta lowlands, thriving in those vast, impenetrable canebrakes.
What do they eat there?
The landscape provided abundant food, acorns, berries, roots, fish from shallow waters, even vulnerable fawns opportunistically.
And they were important to people early on.
Hugely important. For indigenous peoples like the Quapaw and early French hunters, bears were a prized resource meat, fat rendered for cooking and oil, hides for bedding and clothing.
A vital resource.
Even for American settlers in the 1800s, hunting bears was common and important. Bear grease was a valuable commodity, used in everything from cooking to medicine.
So it's almost unfathomable how they could just vanish.
Within a few short decades. By the late 1800s, a perfect storm. Unsustainable hunting, habitat destruction from agriculture, large-scale logging, it erased them.
Especially in the Delta.
The Delta and coastal plain populations collapsed first and most severely, most accessible areas, fastest development. By the 1920s, the only Arkansas bears left were a remnant population clinging on in the rugged Wakitas and Ozarks.
Well, Ashley County was silent.
Total silence. No tracks, no overturned logs, no signs. They were gone.
But their bold return is genuinely one of the great conservation successes.
In American wildlife history, truly, a testament to dedicated long-term effort.
What exactly happened?
Recognizing the critical need between 1958 and 1968, AGFC, with crucial help from Manitoba, Canada officials, undertook an ambitious relocation program.
They brought bears from Canada.
Meticulously captured and transported 254 black bears from Manitoba's wild forests directly into the Wakita and Ozark Mountains of Arkansas.
And it worked.
They didn't just survive, they flourished. Found ideal habitat, ample food. Over subsequent decades, populations expanded, and they slowly began reestablishing their range, filtering back into their ancestral Delta lowlands.
Back towards Ashley County.
Today, the southern part of Felsenthal National Wildlife Refuge and surrounding timberlands proudly host a small but stable growing population of black bears, a true full-circle moment.
Seeing them back in their ancient haunts. So with their return, what does life in the Delta look like for these bears now? Adaptable omnivores, right?
Incredibly adaptable. Their diet is varied and opportunistic, reflecting their omnivorous nature.
What do they eat through the seasons?
In spring, emerging from dens, they graze tender vegetation, dig roots, tear apart rotting logs for protein-rich insects like grubs and ants. As summer progresses, shifts to berries, ripe persimmons, maybe occasional cornfield raids if convenient.
Fall is key for fat reserves.
Absolutely. Acorns and hickory nuts mast become dominant, critical for building fat reserves for winter denning.
Do they truly hibernate here?
While bears in southern climates don't hibernate as deeply or long as northern ones, they still spend extended periods denning hollow trees, under root masses, thick brush piles, living off fat reserves until spring.
And what about bear and human interactions in Ashley County today? Mostly incidental.
That's correct. Most encounters happen incidentally, without conflict. Trail cam captures, tracks in mud, a fleeting glimpse crossing Highway 82 at dusk, usually bears just passing through.
But AGFC has advice for living with them.
Clear and vital advice as their population grows. Crucial to keep food and garbage securely stored in bear-resistant containers.
Feed pets indoors.
Definitely. Feed pets indoors to avoid leaving attractants, and importantly, resist the urge to approach or feed bears.
Why is feeding them so bad?
A bear associating humans with easy food trash, pet food can quickly become habituated, losing its natural fear. This creates problems for both the bear, relocation or worse, and residents. Proactive management of attractants is key.
It truly highlights the black bear as a symbol of resilience.
A powerful living reminder of what can be restored with patience, protection, and respect for the land.
From vanished days to today's recolonizing bears, Ashley County has come full circle. Their presence adds a profound weight and wildness.
A living piece of the Delta's past, walking quietly through its present. It should inspire all of us.
Our masked neighbors.
That bear story is inspiring, showing what large-scale conservation can do, but sometimes resilience is much closer, almost unnoticed.
Right in our own backyards, often.
As daylight fades, a quiet shift change happens. Out from hollow oaks, thickets, barn rafters, the county's masked neighbors slip into motion.
Raccoons. Press the onloader.
Among our most adaptable and ubiquitous wild residents, part trickster, part survivor, equally at home in a deep backwater slough or a neighborhood pecan tree,
They get around.
their appearance is certainly the look of a legend, instantly recognizable.
That iconic black mask, bushy ringed tail, stocky, cat-sized body, built for climbing, digging, wading.
Does the mask actually do anything?
It's believed to help reduce glare, enhance night vision, crucial for their nocturnal lifestyle. But the real key to their success, those incredibly sensitive, hand-like front paws.
They seem almost human-like sometimes.
Their dexterity is astounding. Prying open muscles, untying knots on garbage cans, manipulating latches on coops. Remarkable manual dexterity and intelligence. A marvel of adaptation.
They're truly born survivors. Few animals match their adaptability to diverse environments and food. Omnivores in the truest sense.
Absolutely. Their diet is incredibly varied and opportunistic. Acorns, persimmons, crawfish, frogs, field corn, insects, pecans, occasional bird eggs.
Whatever's available.
Pretty much. Their ability to switch food sources based on availability is huge.
What's with the washing motion they do?
It's fascinating. Often seen with mussels or crayfish near water. While it looks like washing, it's often more about tactile exploration, feeling, breaking apart food, assessing it before eating.
Interesting. And they fatten up in the fall, too.
Crucial period. Gorging on mast and fruits to build vital fat reserves for winter. Highly omnivorous diet and fat storage are key to their survival across diverse habitats and seasons.
Their history with humans is long and intertwined here.
For centuries, indigenous Quapaw hunters valued their meat and pelts. By the 1800s, raccoon fur was a modest but important trade commodity.
And coon hunting.
Coon hunting by lantern light with hounds was common. In the early 20th century, organized hunts became significant social events in rural Arkansas, part sport, part community gathering.
Listening to the hounds.
The distinctive baying signaling a treed raccoon was the music of those winter nights.
Today, they're very much neighborhood opportunists.
Thriving in rural and town settings. Country dens are hollow trees, old barns, brush piles, but they adapt quickly to town attics, sheds, underdecks.
Which can lead to conflicts.
Famously raiding pet food bowls, ingeniously opening garbage cans, hitting chicken coops if they find a way in.
So AGFC advises managing attractants.
Exactly. Secure trash, feed pets indoors, use sturdy latches on coops and sheds. Minimize attractive food sources.
What about raccoon families? How do they raise young?
Breeding peaks, late winter, Feb-March. Litters of 2 to 5 kits born early spring, April, May. Young stay with mom through summer, sometimes fall.
You're learning the ropes.
She teaches vital foraging skills, finding den sites, navigating territory. They're quick studies, disperse late fall or winter.
You seem pretty smart.
Their intelligence and curiosity are notable. Quick learners, excellent memories. Once they find easy food, ripe persimmon tree, or unsecured trash, can they remember and keep coming back, often getting cleverer.
So, whether seen on a back road, tracks in mud, or trail cam photo, raccoons are an undeniable part of Ashley County's nightscape.
Both wily and whimsical. Wild enough to thrive without us, yet close enough to share our backyards.
A reminder that wildness isn't confined to remote areas.
Sometimes it's just climbing a pecan tree 2 streets over with that eternal masked grin. A testament to adaptable nature right where we live.
Brush-tailed shadows.
It's amazing to think about the cunning intelligence of raccoons. Now, let's shift to another creature of the night. One with a more elusive, almost mythical quality.
The fox.
In the hush between dusk and dark, maybe you spot a slim, reddish shape slipping across a bean field, its brush-like tail floating behind like a question mark.
A beautiful sight.
In Ashley County, the fox is truly a creature of the edges fields, forests, human perception, part of folklore, part of the living landscape, always elusive. 2 species here, red fox and gray fox.
Both beautiful, clever, and actually more common than most realize. Let's differentiate them as they occupy slightly different niches.
Okay, the red fox first.
The red fox, Volts vulpes, is the graceful hunter, instantly recognizable. Striking rusty red coat, distinct black stockings on legs, iconic bushy white-tipped tail.
Where do you usually see them?
They typically favor more open ground, field edges, lightly wooded areas. Their keen hearing, pinpointing a mouse under snow, and sharp nose are effective for finding voles, rabbits, grasshoppers.
A striking sight?
Truly. Spotting one trotting along a hedgerow at dawn or dusk, a vibrant flicker of color, a symbol of wild beauty.
And the gray fox. Different look.
The gray fox, Urocyon cinerio argenteus, is quite different. Unique salt and pepper coat, rusty sides, distinct black-tipped tail, smaller, stockier than the red.
What's unique about them?
What truly sets them apart, remarkably, is their unique ability. They are the only fox species in North America that regularly climbs trees.
Climbs trees. Like a cat.
Pretty much. This gives them a significant edge escaping predators like coyotes or hunting squirrels and birds high up. They generally prefer denser cover, brushy fence rows, thickets, deep woods. Harder to spot.
So the gray fox is more of a woods creature here.
In Ashley County's mixed pine hardwood forests and dense river bottoms, the gray fox's agility in the canopy makes it a near ghost, often unnoticed unless caught by a trail camera.
Their diet and daily life sound opportunistic, like raccoons.
Both species are highly opportunistic feeders, adapting their diets seasonally. Winter, primarily small mammals, rabbits, rodents.
Spring and summer.
Menu diversifies significantly insects, wide variety of ripe fruits, and yes, occasionally unsecured chicken coops if easy prey is scarce.
What kind of fruits?
Ripe persimmons, blackberries, wild grapes, all crucial, especially late summer and fall for building winter reserves.
Are they solitary animals?
Outside the midwinter breeding season, March, yes, tend to be solitary. During breeding, pairs may share a den, old groundhog burrows, hollow logs, rock crevices under root masses.
And they have kits in the spring.
Litters of 4 to 6 kits born in spring, March, or April usually. Young emerge a few weeks later, playful, learning vital hunting skills from parents near the den.
Foxes have a long history with humans, especially in folklore. Symbols of cunning, right?
Absolutely. Long held a place in Southern folklore as symbols of cunning, intelligence, survival. That resonates in Ashley County tales.
Like the term brush for the tail.
In old hunting tales, the brush was sometimes kept as a trophy, reflecting esteem for the animal's wiles. Fox hunting with hounds was a winter pastime.
But not always about catching the fox.
Often less about the catch, more a social gathering. Campfires, camaraderie, listening to the music of the pack trailing scent through the night. Thrill was in the chase, the dog symphony. Speaks to their unique place in local culture.
And in conservation today, what role do they play?
AGFC views healthy fox populations as significant indicators of balanced ecosystems. As effective predators, they help control rodent and rabbit populations. Natural pest control.
Where are sightings most common?
Along back roads at night, caught in headlights or trail cam footage. Daylight sightings are brief, fleeting encounters, reinforces their elusive nature. In the intricate weave of Ashley County's wildlife, foxes are the quiet threads, subtle, strong, always moving just ahead of the human story, reminding us wildness persists, even in the margins.
Tracks in the thicket.
From the cunning fox, we turn to another elusive predator, often misunderstood. Our everyday ghost, the bobcat.
Often mistaken for something bigger.
You might see a flash of spotted tawny fur, a stubby black-tipped tail, then it's gone melting into shadow. Smaller than rumor, larger than folks expect.
This is the cat that actually lives right here with us.
Padding silently along cutovers, creek edges, skirting bean fields, leaving those distinctive round tracks in the sand before daylight erases them.
Addressing those common misidentifications is key. Let's talk about the real cat of the Delta.
How big are they really?
Adult bobcats typically 15–30 pounds. Large males can push heavier, maybe 40 pounds, giving a formidable presence. Compact, muscular, built for bursts of speed.
Key features?
Subtle ear tufts, prominent facial ruff, and the namesake bobtail short, dark on top, pale underneath, neat ink dot tip.
And that tail is the giveaway compared to mountain lions.
Absolutely the key distinction. A mountain lion's tail is long, thick, as a rope carried like a banner. Bobcats is undeniably short. This single feature solves half the mysteries sent to AGFC about big cat sightings.
They are truly hunters of the edge. Ashley County's patchwork landscape seems perfect for them.
Absolutely. They excel in fragmented landscapes. Mosaic of young pine plantations, mature bottomlands, farm ground, hunt effectively where habitats meet.
Like
Young pine and thick brush after thinning or fire, slough margins, tangled fence rows, old logging decking yards transition from field to woods. These edge habitats create prey diversity.
And fire helps them?
Interestingly, yes. Frequent low-intensity prescribed burns maintain open, rabbit-friendly understories. Where cottontails and cotton rats flourish, bobcats follow. Highly efficient predators.
What's their main diet?
Classic southern opportunist menu. Predominantly rabbits, cotton rats, mice, squirrels. Also birds, occasional snakefish, carrion. Might take fawns opportunistically, but primary role is rodent control and rabbit management.
Despite being common, they lead a life in the shadows, mostly nocturnal.
Mostly crepuscular and nocturnal. Moving, hunting under cover of stars or low light. Elusive.
What about their territories?
Females have tighter ranges, few square miles, tied to water, cover, prey. Males roam wider, 20-plus square miles. Routes often revealed by game cameras along logging spurs, highway shoulders.
King cams are useful then.
Invaluable for tracking movements, confirming presence. Breeding season Jan-March, nights get chatty with yowls and caterwauls.
Kittens in spring.
Kittens, usually 2-4, sometimes up to 6, arrive April or May, tucked into secured dens, hollow logs, root balls, brush piles.
This raises that important question again, the constant big cat buzz. Why, when bobcats are here, myths and misidentifications?
Persistent question. Partly perceived size, a hefty male in good light can look bigger. Partly enduring myth. We get occasional confirmed transient mountain lions in Arkansas, young males dispersing, but crucial. There's not a breeding population here.
The everyday cat is the bobcat.
Exactly. As for black panthers, melanistic all-black bobcats are vanishingly rare and unconfirmed here, globally almost unheard of. And pumas don't come in black in North America.
So those shadow cats.
Almost certainly our spotted elusive neighbor, the bobcat, expertly slipping the human gaze.
So for us living here, practical tips for living with the bobcat.
Simple advice echoes other wildlife. Secure chicken small livestock at dusk. Feed pets indoors. Avoid leaving food attractants.
Enjoy trail cam cameos.
Definitely. A special glimpse. And if you sadly see a roadside casualty, note the location for wildlife staff. Helps map movement corridors, identify areas for wildlife crossings. Crucial data.
Otherwise, we tip our hats to the county's quiet hunter.
In a landscape shaped by timber, fire, field edges, the bobcat is the punctuation mark that makes the sentence read true. A vital sign of a healthy ecosystem. Outro.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, we've truly taken an incredible journey, haven't we?
Quite a tour of Ashley County's wild side.
From the dramatic deer story, their comeback, to the acrobatic squirrels planting forests, the seasonal spectacle of ducks, the bear's return.
Our masked raccoon neighbors, the elusive foxes, right through to the bobcat.
We've really explored the unseen rhythms and vibrant wildlife, all drawing from these fascinating introductory essays for Wildlife Week at ACN.
And that really brings us back to the core message from these essays. These animals are far more than just statistics or fleeting glimpses.
Right.
They're truly threads in a living fabric, connecting the county's history, its landscape, and our daily lives. A powerful reminder that wildness is not somewhere out there.
It's right here.
It's quite literally here, woven into the pines, the bayous, the fields, even the edges of our own backyards.
So as you go about your day, we deeply encourage you to take this knowledge and truly notice the wild neighbors in your own surroundings.
Pay a little closer attention.
To the squirrel chatter, the duck call overhead, maybe that fleeting glimpse of a fox or bobcat if you're lucky. Connect these insights to your immediate environment. Recognize the incredible life alongside us.
And consider this as you move forward. The detailed stories of conservation and resilience we've explored, particularly with deer and bear. They fundamentally shift our perception of what's possible in environmental stewardship.
It's about restoration and coexistence.
Exactly. Or maybe reflect on how seemingly small daily actions securing garbage, feeding pets indoors, maintaining habitat directly connect us, in a real way, to the wild inhabitants of our shared spaces.
Makes you think.
What small, conscious action might you take today to better coexist with and celebrate the wildness in your world?